Now that Summer House Season 8 is officially over, we saw both parts of the reunion. Here's my final cast ranking. Super sad the season is over, but I'm really excited about what could be for the next season, and I'm definitely going to post a video talking about some things I think might come up. The last place I'm giving to Lindsay and Carl. This might be controversial, but I started off the season really loving Carl, really thought he was in the right. Lindsay was accusing Kim of not being sober, questioning his sobriety, and that was disgusting. But by the end of the reunion, I'm team nobody. The only thing that I can say positive about the two of them this season is that they're not together anymore. That's it. Okay, next to last, and really it should have been a three-way tie, is Danielle. I used to really love Danielle, but something about her the last few seasons just hasn't been fun to watch. I think after her relationship ended with Robert, she's just like a different vibe to her, and it's just not been super exciting to see. Her act may be called Dawn, but I think that Danielle is done with the show. I'm sorry, I just don't think Kyle has grown a lot since being on the show. I think he continues to show just like this F-boy behavior, and he only really cares about himself. The best part of Kyle's season was the fact that he did cry for Sierra at the reunion, and he cut the ugly mullet off. There's also so much drama going on right now surrounding Kyle that could be really great for the new season. This is Gabby. Gabby, I like her. She's a very likable person when it comes to like social media, or if you like watch the after show, or like when she does interviews, but she has no personality on the show, it seems like, when she's inside the house. And I just don't know if she's like made for reality TV. I honestly think she was like the weakest of the three newbies, and kind of even weaker than Maya last season. But she was brought back over Sam and Maya because she was like the only girl that was in a really great place with Lindsay when last season ended, and they needed someone to film with Lindsay this season. Next on my rankings is Amanda. I like Amanda. I feel like she needs to be more upfront and honest with herself about how she really feels about her relationship. I think Kyle likes to destroy a lot of friendships in her life and put her in awkward situations. And I just want to see Amanda in more of an environment where she is actually herself. She's not just Kyle's wife. She's not just an employee of Loverboy, but like I want to see her grow into her own, which we still haven't seen her grow. And this was like her 7th season on the show. Going into our top 4, and really this season was so good that it was so hard to even choose a top 4, but here we go. Mid-season, Wes would have been top 2, but that reunion and even the last few episodes did not do him any favors at all. The reunion specifically, to me, is one of the worst reunion performances I can think of all time, like right up there with Monica of Salt Lake City. In journalism, like you would think he would do more research about what this was going to be like and be prepared to answer all of these questions that were going to be thrown at him. But at the same time, I think he just thought he was like such a huge like star, and he was even doing interviews saying that he was like the best addition since Paige, and people were referring to him and Jesse as the new Hannah and Paige. Nobody's Hannah and Paige. Let me just tell you that no one's ever going to be Hannah and Paige. So sit down, take a seat. I like Wes, and I hope that he comes back next season just like with a different mindset. I don't want the fact that he's not with Sierra to like taint anybody's like feelings about him, but I think it's going to be interesting to see how he navigates the house going forward, to see if he can actually get back some of that goodwill he had with the public. The things that Paige said to him during the reunion, which my girl Paige, love her. I love when she's just honest like that, and that's how she's always going to be. But like, if those are actually things that have happened and the cast really thinks that Wes is so involved with what the public thinks of him, this could not be a good look for him going forward. Thought he would be at the bottom of my rankings when I saw the trailer, the first couple episodes. I was like, I just don't know if he is going to be someone that I love on the show, but he has won me over. He definitely was a slow burn to where like the last couple episodes of the season, I was like, oh, Jesse Solomon, I love him. Also love his song. If you haven't listened to it yet, it's on Spotify and Apple Music. He had a lot of personal story this season, which was great to see. I'm sure that was really scary sharing his post-cancer journey on the show. I'm sure that was crazy, but he really came in being himself. I feel like he was a really good voice of reason in the house as well, and I'm really excited to see him in future seasons. Sierra is number 2 for me. This was Sierra's best season by far. I do feel like Sierra is someone who it takes a bit to warm up to people, and sometimes she comes across a little cold on the show because she's not comfortable in situations. But if you listen to her in interviews, or she did an episode of Legally Squad with Hannah and Paige, like she's so likable in situations, and I feel like her actual personality really was shown this season, which I loved. I love seeing her trust Wes and be more open and vulnerable with people and form more friendships in the house. I was proud of her at the reunion for kind of speaking her piece. I just hope she doesn't let what happened with her and Wes kind of dictate how she goes into future seasons. I want her to be that fun Sierra, but she's also very relatable because we don't want to get hurt, especially not on TV. So I understand her being so careful about things. And I think that's why I like her so much this season, because it's so relatable. Number one's always going to be Paige DeSorbo. I'm a giggler through and through. Hannah and Paige, I live for them. But Paige also is just like the star of the show. I feel like so many people this season, like who are just Summer House fans and aren't really fans of Giggly Squad or like things outside of Bravo, got to see who Paige really was this season. And like a lot of people are like, oh my gosh, I love Paige. Well, no, this is who she's always been. I just don't think they've shown her in this light. Like her and Hannah talk about how their humors weren't really shown in the seasons they were on together. And I think that this season we got to see more of her humor, more of who she was, kind of more of what we got in Southern Charm from her too. She's fabulous. And after reunion, she literally killed it. This girl always kills reunions in my opinion, like literally, but she is such a girl's girl. Sticking up for her friend like that, being so direct, being so blunt, being so honest, and not trying to be hurtful, but to get her point across and sticking up for her friend like that, like that's a girl's girl power all the way. That's why I'll be a giggler to the day I die. Love Paige. Like I said, the season's over. I'm sad about that. Next season is going to be insane with everything that's going on in the press. Video about that, so be sure to follow so you can see that. But this season was 10 out of 10.